Lacantina is explicit in every way. Please take care while listening. Native Americans have many legends. Some are beautiful stories of coming together, others tales of wisdom, teaching us life lessons. But like every culture, there are stories that serve as a deeper lesson. Lessons that use fear to teach us something or keep us in line. But what if these stories aren't stories at all? What if every horribly terrifying tale that we hear is based in fact? More specifically, what if a particular creature from these tales is real and this horrible thing is somehow stalking us? What if Wendigos are somewhere out there?
Hello and welcome to La Cantina Podcast. This is Tony, your host with the most, Tony La Torta, and from now on known as the movie guru. Today I'm accompanied by the one and only
Austin.
El Skeptico.
Yeah, El Skeptico. I like it. I've embraced it.
You better. It's gonna stick with you now. How's it going, man?
Great. I'm doing good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Wendigos.
Wendigos.
I'm
excited about this one. I didn't want to do, it's a little bit of a spoiler for later, but this is another Native American legend. And I didn't want to do them back to back, but I'm so glad I did because this is so cool.
It's not a spoiler because they're seeing it. They saw it already.
Oh, okay. I fell in love with this subject.
I know.
It's so cool.
I brought it to you, what I want to talk to you about today, which is a little surprise from moi.
Nice.
But
now, before we go too much further,
Mhm.
I want to start doing this a little bit earlier so, people
yeah.
don't get bored. But where are they going to find us at, Tony?
You guys can find us on Spotify, Apple Podcast, and YouTube for now.
Now, what name do they look up? Because I know it's not El Skeptico.
Yeah, it's not a skeptico. Maybe it should be, but it's for another though. So okay, so on Spotify we are La Cantina Podcast, just like the show. Same on Apple Podcast. On YouTube, it's La Cantina Podcast, and you'll see our logo. It's like the second one down. But we're there, Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Leave us a review on Spotify and Apple so we can get to more viewers.
Absolutely.
And keep helping this community grow. Because, again, we can't do it without you guys. So.
Absolutely. But
and I have some shout-outs.
you have some shout-outs.
Yeah.
All right, let's hear them. What do you got?
I have a couple. So our first couple ones, they are our youngest supporters. We got their parents' permission. Don't you worry.
Okay.
Their names are Yaitza and Angelo. And they are still super excited to find out what's up with the goat lady.
The goat lady. Ooh. Y'all, wait. I got some stuff.
Yeah, so
I am
shout-outs.
currently working on that, and it's going to be interesting.
Shout-outs to one of our youngest fans, I guess, number one fans, because they are always in every episode watching.
Shout-outs to you guys.
Use that camera.
You guys are awesome. We
Yeah.
love you.
Thank you, guys. Another big shout-out. I wrote a couple of them down, but I want to shout out our followers and our help, not help, but the people that always like our stuff.
Oh, okay.
Shout outs to Luigi, my cousin. He'll be on the next podcast.
Luigi.
Yeah, just because he needed
I'm
a
excited.
haircut.
I haven't met him yet, but I want to really bad.
Yeah, so shout out to Luigi. Shout out to my cousin Jessica. She's always supporting the channel and everything. And Instagram and everything. Shout outs to my wife, your wife, to my mom and dad. Who else am I missing here? Shout outs to all you guys because I didn't write it down.
Everybody. We want to try and do shout out one of you guys every week or a couple of you guys every week because this is all because you guys decided to watch our stuff. So,
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you guys. And let's get going.
Let's get into it. Dude, I wasn't sure about this subject when I first started, But now that I've done all the research and I've seen like what these things actually are, where they come from and everything, it is good. It's interesting. I don't know if anybody's like as interested in urban legends or like history as I am.
There's a couple out there.
I hope so. I hope those guys are watching because this is like crazy.
Yeah.
Like the further I got into the story, the more I was like, what in the heck?
Yeah, and my
is
topic
going
will
on?
tie into this. It's more, my segment's more in the middle.
Now, without further ado, what is a Wendigo?
What is a Wendigo?
What is a Wendigo? Now, a good definition, Wendigos are supernatural beings belonging to spiritual traditions of the, and I hope I'm saying this right, Algonquian speaking nations of North America.
Please correct them in the comments.
Please correct me because I couldn't find a pronunciation for that. I have a picture to go along with this for you. So, on the Algonquian, I think is how you say it, I'm not sure, are one of the most populous and widespread North American native groups. They were prominent, or very prominent, along the Atlantic coast. And I have a little map for you that kind of shows where they were at.
Okay.
So they were big. They were big. Now, here's the other thing, too, that I want to add in here, because I'm not claiming to be accurate. I try to be as accurate as I can be. But I couldn't find out if it was, like, just a language that they spoke, like Native Americans spoke, or if it was an actual, like, people. So I couldn't really track down what it actually was. But from what I could find, it was people.
Okay.
So that's the best I'm working with here. Yeah, moving on. Wendigos are created by people. Wendigos used to be people.
Okay.
Now, they're created when their spirit, in some legend, is corrupted by greed or weakened by extreme conditions, and they resort to cannibalism.
Okay.
Now, for anybody that's not sure, I figured I would write this down. What is cannibalism?
I was going to say something really messed up. But
So cannibalism is the act of eating one's same species.
yeah.
So that doesn't just apply to humans. That applies to everything.
Yeah, like a pig eating a pig.
Exactly. That's cannibalism. Person eating person. That's cannibalism. Don't get me wrong. People don't do it on, well, most people don't do it on purpose. Some people do. There's actually some tribes and nations and things that don't think it's a bad thing, and they regularly do it.
Yeah.
So moving on through this, in other legends, instead of cannibalism, a person becomes a Wendigo when they are possessed by a prowling spirit in a moment of weakness. So it's kind of like the Native American equivalent to demons.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, demons. It's a spirit that's roaming around that possesses people, which is scary in its own right, and it doesn't get much better from here. So either you're a cannibal and then you continue to do screwed up things as a Wendigo, or you just get straight up possessed by something that's just happened to see you. So it's nothing but fun if you decide you want to see how to be one of these things. And don't do that. Don't eat people.
Disclaimer.
Disclaimer here. Don't eat people. The more you know. Now, Wendigos are also said to be able to hibernate for months or years on end.
What are they, some type of bear?
No. I'll show you a picture of them here in just a second. But like I said, they used to be people. Not so much now.
Okay.
Now, here's the screwed up thing about these, and I'm going to get a little colorful with my language. These things are fucked up. Dude, they will follow you.
Just kidding.
So from what I was reading in some legends, they, like, if you get away from them somehow, which is a friggin' miracle, by the way.
To get away from them?
Yeah.
Take a take almost?
Oh, no. Worse than that. These things they like to hunt people. Like, that's what gives them enjoyment. The more scared they can get you, the better the hunt is.
Sounds like a demon, bro.
Exactly. Now, here's the thing. is once these things start hunting you, they don't stop
Until they're done or what?
until you're dead. That's how it ends. You die.
Wow.
Unless, and I have it in my notes, so thank whoever decided to kill a Wendigo. But I do have how to kill them, and it's the only way that I could find that you could kill these things. But they will hibernate for years and then come after your ass. So this thing, takes a little nappy poo, wakes up 10 years later, and he's like, who's that dude on that podcast that was talking shit?
Wow.
They come after you. So after you long forgotten and think they're dead, nope, not dead.
Just hibernating. Just getting pilas.
Exactly. Getting
Did you
some
catch that?
Z's.
Did you catch what I just said?
No.
Okay, I'm going to say it to you one more time.
Okay.
Getting pilas.
Pilas?
Batteries.
Batteries.
Energy. There you go. Teaching Austin Spanish.
I'm slowly
101.
trying to learn Spanish. Now, I do have one quick picture for you real quick of...
A Wendigo?
Possibly.
Possibly.
Now, that's the first picture I have for you. I have another one down the road.
Oh, snap, dude. That just clicked in my head. Wow. I saw a movie about that.
You saw a movie about that, really?
Yeah, on Netflix.
No way.
Can't remember the title right now, but yeah, it looks exactly like a creature on that movie.
Huh, that's cool. Okay.
Same thing. He hunted them down.
Yeah.
Wow.
And it doesn't stop unless you kill it. And killing it is a miracle in its own right. Anyway, Wendigo's abilities and what they look like is so screwed up. Obviously, I showed you that picture, but I'm going to tell you what the legend says
Okay.
that they look like. So the Wendigo is often described as a cannibalistic monster that preys on the weak or socially disconnected. Now, from the article I read, I couldn't find what socially disconnected means. I'm assuming it's somebody that's removed from society,
Right.
as in like camping and things, because that's where I hear the most or saw the most stories, is like people camping or they're like out in the middle of nowhere and stuff.
Yeah, where they're away from society and they can't.
Yeah.
No one's there to see them, basically.
So I'm assuming that's what that means.
Okay.
They are also said to have red eyes, sharp yellow, and crooked teeth. I don't know why that was important, but it was underlined when I read it, that they have sharp yellow, crooked teeth.
Maybe because if you see eyes in the woods, it's not a mountain lion or a grizzly bear.
See, the red eyes, that part it wasn't like underlined and capitalized, but the sharp yellow pointed teeth, that was like underlined and capitalized.
So it's like, hey,
Like these things.
we want you to know they exist.
If there's any dentists out there, these guys need help. Now, on top of the yellow crooked teeth and the red eyes, they also have long, blue, and forked, oftentimes, tongues.
Long, blued, and forked.
Yes. I don't know why that was a specific detail, but I don't think you're going to be paying attention to a tongue when the yellow crooked teeth are the first thing you're going to see.
It's like bite. You're still alive
Like,
because they got a leg.
They really did.
Yeah, you just stop. You're
How
like,
about that?
That is very blue.
I know a good dentist. You want me to connect you to somebody? He ate my femur.
I'm dead.
And I'm dead. Also, so they're also thought to be like tall, animalistic looking creatures with deer-like heads almost in some legends. With skin, they do have skin, but it's very tight against their bones.
So you can actually see like.
Yeah, so it makes it look like bone. Almost. And on top of that, I have another picture for you. This one freaked me out. I don't know why, but when I saw it, I was like, oh, okay, that's screwed up.
Dude, that's like very vivid.
Yeah.
I'm like looking at this. I'm like, what the heck is that?
I'm waiting for you to be like, John? I know this guy. He's great.
No, but it's just bringing a lot of memories from that movie that I watched.
Yeah?
Because it's exactly the same thing. They were in the woods. They crossed, same thing, like a Native American like land. And yeah, it's like that thing, and it like just tortures them for a bit.
Yeah.
And there is a tribe, and then I guess they do sacrifices for it. Yeah.
Why did that all of a sudden sound like super familiar?
It's on Netflix. Like it's a very what is it called? If I come up with it later when I'm editing, I'll put it here.
Yeah, we'll try to throw in the video because that
Oh,
sounds super familiar
got
to
it.
me.
It's The Ritual.
The Ritual.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. I know what
See
you're
how it
talking
just
about.
clicks?
I didn't see the whole thing, but I played it and was like doing stuff while I was kind of watching it, and it was pretty good.
That's what it reminds me. It has like the same thing. So I'm thinking that it's the story of like a Wendigo. I think it was like out of Canada.
Oh, see, and
So
that's
the
where
map,
it's
that's what I'm
said to
saying.
be
Yeah.
is like Canada
It's
and
clicking.
the further north states like New York to
It was like
you know,
Minnesota.
Minnesota, Wisconsin. I found it really. I'm not gonna share that one because it's pretty graphic, but there was one out of Wisconsin.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that one was like Great Lakes area to Canada is kind of where these things are,
Just
or
because
said to be.
Just because you brought Wisconsin, go Pack, go. Sunday. You know what I'm talking about. The Cowboys are gonna go down. Anyways,
So you can tell when a Wendigo.
okay, you can tell a Wendigo what?
You can tell when a Wendigo is coming, and this is screwed up, by the way. But you can tell when a Wendigo is coming by a foul smell. And I'm assuming it smells like dead bodies or something. That's kind of the usual, usual suspects, you know? Like, yeah. But the other thing, and this one made me laugh a little bit because they're more known around colder areas. But it says you can also tell when they're coming when it's unseasonably cold.
So
It's always cold.
kind of like how it is outside right now.
Exactly.
Dang.
Some dude in freaking, like, I don't know, Wisconsin or Minnesota or something's like, that was an unseasonable chill for the middle of December.
Wendigo?
Wendigo?
Is that you, baby?
I told you, not during daytime.
Okay.
Now, here's the other thing. And this one's kind of like scary. Is they can mimic voices. Now, I thought they could only mimic voices of past victims, but from what I could find, they can mimic any voice.
Dude, I'm telling you, it's clicking because in that movie, the dude kept thinking he kept hearing his wife. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So it makes think, wow. Okay.
Yeah,
So
so they
mimic
can mimic voices.
So I could hear you from like down the ravine.
Exactly. Like I'll be screaming for help, but it's not actually me. It's a cannibalistic Wendigo that wants to nom on your fucking choppy bits.
But what if it is you? And I ignore it because I think it's a Wendigo? Dude, you're fucked.
That's okay. I won't call for help. I'll just lay down and take it.
Okay.
They are also exceptional hunters, like I mentioned before. They are amazing in like the legends and stuff of what they do. So they have great vision, great sense of smell, hearing. Everything's like super heightened.
It sounds like it, dude. I mean, they
It's like a screwed up Captain America.
basically.
Now, to the part that I feel like everyone's kind of waiting for. How do you kill a Wendigo?
Bow and arrow just to the dome.
Not to the dome, but there is a hell of a process that you have to follow. And if you screw it up and don't follow this process the right way, it'll regenerate and come back. If you miss one single step or do one thing wrong, this thing comes back.
All right, let me hear it because now I'm intrigued.
All right. To kill a Wendigo, you need a silver-plated weapon to stab it through the heart. And I didn't mention this before because I want to mention it now. In most legends, their heart is ice cold or literal ice.
That just gave me flashbacks of Game of Thrones.
Oh, yeah,
You've
good
never-
point, huh? Yeah, okay.
Oh.
If anyone
Connected.
wants to know, I've never seen Game of Thrones. You got way too excited there, bud.
This is what I'm dealing with.
This is what I'm dealing with. Anyway, so you need something that's silver-plated. You have to stab it through its heart, and because its heart is ice cold or literal ice, it shatters. You have to pick up every piece. You cannot leave a piece behind or you screw yourself. You have to pick up every piece of this thing's heart. You take it and bury it in a church cemetery. Now, the specifics of what you need to do to like bury it in the church cemetery wasn't like super specific, but take it to a church cemetery, bury it in a box, probably lock the box a couple times, pour some gasoline on it.
Get
a priest,
yeah,
some holy water.
I was about to butcher that.
Yeah. Austin, I mean, that's basically my version of duct tape.
Yeah. Basically just, you got demon infestation? Here, holy water.
You. Now, so you bury the pieces of the heart in a church cemetery. Then you use it, and it has to be silver-plated stuff. I don't know why, but you have to use a silver-plated axe to cut up the body. You have to cut up this thing's body. It's not specific on like what,
It's not like, give me a 2x2, give me just the leg, give me just the lips, give me just the hair.
It's just
go to town.
Hack this thing like the dude from The Shining.
Yeah. Right?
I was thinking of the Here's Johnny guy, but...
Here's Johnny. Like that? Or would I be dead?
Nice. There you go. You'd probably be dead. These things, even though this is how you kill them, good luck.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Good luck.
Anyway,
so you have to use a silver-plated axe. You cut these things up into little bite-sized pieces, and then you salt and burn their body. So salt and burn it, and the last step is you have to spread the ashes. No, it doesn't say like how or where or anything, so I'm assuming you just get them in a bucket and just above your head and like throw it everywhere.
You end up swallowing an ash and it comes back to life. You turn into a window.
Damn it! Now, I think the most terrifying thing about all this, there's only one thing I could find to protect yourself from a Wendigo.
Don't go to the woods?
No, even that, you're screwed. The only thing I could find to protect yourself from a Wendigo is a charm or an amulet with protective spells put on them. That's the only way.
Okay. Is it specific where you get it?
Nope. This is kind of the same thing as Skinwalkers. They don't have a whole lot of information on it. And it's the same as Skinwalkers in the sense that a lot of Native Americans refuse to talk about Wendigos, or like they think saying it could make it appear. It's kind of that same idea.
It's a really big taboo.
From what I could find. So yeah, super taboo. So don't Wendigo,
You Wendigo?
Don't do it, Johnny. Now I have a story.
Okay.
Now this story's pretty good. I found it on a fun site that I get on once in a great while. I'm super glad I got on it today. But it's a good story. And with that, I'm just going to get right into it because it doesn't have a name to the story.
Okay.
So it reads, I am an adventurer who loves to explore mountains and ruins. This morning, I set off to climb down a mountain with my buddy Paul in search of the legendary cryptid Wendigo. We were climbing the mountain when I heard a crack under my foot. When I saw it was a human skull, I screamed and lost my footing. Luckily, Paul caught me. Oops. Excuse me. I examined it and saw there were traces of meat. I don't know why that grosses me out. I saw there were traces of meat still fresh on it, along with bite and scratch marks. Realizing this could mean a Wendigo was here, I grew wary. Wanting to get off the mountain, I was about to warn Paul, but he had already climbed further on. Knowing my words would do nothing to him, I just went on my way up. Just then, I heard something that chilled my bones, the roar of a creature. Fear was written all over me and Paul, so we decided to climb down. However, it started to snow badly. We decided to enter a cabin. It was empty, so we figured we could stay there until the snow subsided. Then I screamed. And it says to do the scream, but I'm not going to do it.
Just made a podcast, just scream.
There you go. I did the scream. Something bit me. I turned around only to find a Wendigo biting down on my flesh. I turned to fight it, but to no avail. I told Paul, go, leave without me. Paul ran and ran and ran and ran. But for some reason, he was not going that far. I just ran after him, running and running. The craving grew bigger and bigger. Soon, I caught him and brought him down. A few months later, I went to visit him. I went to his grave and clawed it, and it read, Paul McRitty, ripped apart seemingly by wild animals, have eaten.
Damn.
So that story, the reason I chose it is because that was an awesome twist.
So he basically ate his friend.
Yeah. All of a sudden, he's the Wendigo. I love it.
Wow.
Yeah, it's a good twist. I liked it.
On that note.
Now, note to everyone, I just want to disclaim this again. Don't eat people.
Yeah. Welcome to this part of the Cantina Podcast, where we dive into a movie.
You guys can tell me if this is a bad idea, but I think I want to call this segment either Tidbits with Tony or Tony's Take. I like both of them.
You name it. You can introduce it. Go ahead.
Welcome to Tony's Take.
So for this week, I have a movie, and sorry, I'm dying. Okay, sorry.
He's a Wendigo.
Rawr. Okay, so the reason we went with this story because it whatever.
They meshed pretty well.
Yeah. So
off one key thing.
Cannibalism. Again, do not eat people. Do not eat your friend unless you really have to.
Sammy, I'm looking at you.
You leave Sam out of this.
Jeff, you know what you did.
Yes. Okay, so have you heard of... Let me just get my notes out because I need that really quickly.
Nice.
It is called the...
Ooh, let me guess real quick because I think I remember it. It was something snow.
Yeah, you're close. Today, I am bringing you guys Society of the Snow.
Yeah. And
this, not story, but this event is 100% real. It 100% happened. Very, very, what's the word I'm looking for? Sad? Sad, very sad.
Super sad.
Super sad.
Yeah.
Disclaimer.
Trigger warning?
And trigger warning, yes.
Oh.
Both of them.
I didn't know we had those.
We do now.
Which trigger do I warn?
All of them.
Nice, okay.
Okay, so Society of the Snow, Netflix movie that just barely came out, maybe a couple of days ago.
Uh-huh.
Okay, it takes place in Uruguay.
Whereabouts is that?
South America.
South America, okay.
Yeah, close to Peru, Argentina, all that stuff.
Oh, okay,
yeah.
okay.
So this movie is about a plane crash that happened in, I believe it's in Uruguay.
Mm-hmm.
It's called the Andiana. I'm probably butchering that super bad. But Andiana mountaintop, it's down there. And it happened on October 13th, 1972. So still in this modern, we can still talk about it. You know what I mean?
I would say that's not a historical event yet, more of a recent occurrence, I guess.
So the reason why it came back up, I think they said it was 50 years ago.
Oh, it was 50 years ago? No,
yeah.
That was a historical event.
Yeah,
sure.
Let me do the math real quick. 1972.
1972.
Minus. Yeah, 52 years ago, actually.
Okay. I would consider that a historical event. I don't know if it actually is.
So 50 years ago, this Uruguayan Air Force plane was carrying 45 people, including members of the national rugby team.
Oh.
Yeah, and from what I took on the movie and what I read online, they were going to on vacation. They had just one I think like a playoff game or whatever, and they were going down to Peru.
Nice.
Because remember, around this time for them, it's their summertime, because they're on the other side of the equator.
Right.
So it's their summertime. They're gonna go have fun, whatever.
So their toilets flush to the left.
Do they? Is that true? Anyways, they were going over there to have fun.
How would I know?
I don't know.
I've
dude.
never flushed a Peruvian toilet before.
Maybe one day you will.
Maybe one day I will.
Okay, back on track. So they're playing I guess the pilot or the co-pilot. One of the pilots was very untrained, like inexperienced.
Oh, okay.
So in that mountain on that mountain ridge or mountain type top, it gets really bad.
Oh, like
there's
sketchy.
Yeah, like
Don't do
really
that?
sketchy. Like the
Okay.
airspace, a lot of turbulence. Some of the mountain ridges are just like really, really steep, and then they dump down. So you think that they're not there, but you're like gonna hit it.
Oh, okay.
And from what I read and what I saw in the movie, because the movie's like really, really accurate to what they're like, what happened in there, because they actually interviewed the
Now,
people.
is this like a documentary or it's a recreation of what happened?
It's the movie Society of the Snow is a recreation
Okay.
of what happened. But I guess when they interviewed the directors, like it was like they were trying to be dead on.
Right. What actually?
With what they actually interviewed like some of the remaining survivors.
Okay.
So they got like the actual thing, like some of the, like you see some of the pictures, and I'll post them here as I'm talking about them. But like from the movie and the actual like pictures, because they took pictures, they had cameras.
Yeah.
And they recreated, there's one scene where like this dude is sitting there in the plane crash, because the plane crashed.
Right.
Like he's sitting there and there's an Adidas luggage bag, I guess.
Oh, okay.
Same thing, same exact thing, like pinpoint to the movie, to the actual picture.
Wow.
Yeah. So that happened. The plane hit the mountains and impacted, like just straight up just hit. But before that, because they didn't show this in the movie, but just because like, cinematic, whatever, like they kind of like move some stuff around.
Yeah.
So they were on their way to Chile, Santiago. That's where they were going to.
Oh, okay.
So they're going to Chile for just vacation, like I said. And the day before, just because of weather conditions, they did stop in Argentina.
Oh.
So that's something that didn't come out in the movie, but they did stop because they were accounting for weather.
Yeah.
Right? Because it was like, it wasn't like one of our 747 planes or 737s, like.
No, it's just one of those small, like, couple passenger planes and stuff.
45.
45 passengers?
And that's 5 crew members. So pilot, co-pilot, and then I think 3 stewardess. Or whatever.
Stewardess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So with that being said, they hit the plane. Like the plane hit the mountaintop because, again, like it was cloudy. Like they didn't really, like it, the dude was kind of an experience, I guess. So he like didn't know what to really do. Like they over accounted for it. They thought the mountaintop was a lot lower.
Oh, okay.
But they dropped, they hit it. They lost both of their wings.
Ooh.
And just went straight down.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah. So they crashed on crash, like on impact. 12 passengers died instantly.
Oof.
And the plane cut in half. So the other half like wasn't back. And the other
Fun fact for you: that part of the plane where you sit in is called the fuselage.
Okay, the fuselage. So the plane just starts going, dude, just sliding down this mountain, right? And I guess they were there for 72 days.
Whoa!
Just on this top mountain, and on that mountain, it's like freezing.
72 days?
72 days. I think 10 or 12 of those days, they were actually submerged in snow.
What?
Yeah.
Whoa.
So, like, they were like, dude, they had to, like, shovel with whatever they had out of there. And now you're thinking, okay, they're an airliner, whatever, they have snacks, but 72 days.
Yeah, not enough for 72 days.
No. So they went through their stuff. They were obviously like, the guys were really smart.
I'm sure they're rationing.
They're rationing for stuff. The conversation comes up though. There's bodies that are there. They're dehydrated.
All right, craving bacon.
They're dehydrated at a point where it's like extreme. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So they're kind of just like emotions start to turn. Like half of the plane's like, okay, we need to do what we need to do to survive.
Right. Which is valid.
Yeah, so they have this discussion. Some people don't do it, some people do. And they start cutting up the bodies to survive.
Yeah. Ooh, speaking of that, I have another survival tip for you that is, I don't know why I know this, and it's kind of dark talking about it in this setting, but the best place to start if you have to resort to cannibalism or something to survive is actually the glutes, because that's the most meat content.
Yeah. That's still, if I was in that situation, like me and my wife were talking about it, I'm just like, I don't know if I could, but you have to do what you have to do, you know? So they resorted to cannibalism,
Yeah.
you know, just so they could survive.
Yeah.
There's an actual dude documents and writes a letter to his mom.
Uh-huh.
And at first they started with the 12 passengers that died, you know, the ones that were just long gone.
Yeah, yeah.
But in that setting, it's like anything else. Like you start, how do I say it? Like you start like getting attached to the people because it's just them.
Yeah, there's no one else there.
No, so like they're trying to like, and I guess they were really good at it. Like the team actually helped each other to like survive the best that they could, and there was people like helping each other out and stuff.
Yeah.
So they became closer to one another.
Right.
But with that being said, there was injuries. So in part of the movie and what I read, they helped the injured people, passengers, into like the upper part of the plane that crashed, so they can like store them away and they don't have to move a lot.
Yeah.
But remember, it's freezing.
Oh yeah,
It's
that's
like
a huge issue.
Freezing. Yeah. So like they're like, I guess one of the guys that survived were like, we just felt each other's cold. You know what I mean? Like trying to like keep each other warm. It's really sad, but they did that as much as they could.
Yeah.
Sorry about that. This has a lot of caffeine.
A lot of caffeine. Got it.
So, like, they help each other out, whatever, you know. But, like, everything, you can only do so much.
Yeah.
And people do start to die off.
Yeah.
And they did use as much as the meat from the people that had already died before that.
Yeah.
But now they had to resort to, like, eating the people they were just with.
Oh.
You know what I mean?
That
and
sucks.
it was hard. I guess the people that weren't really good with that, like, had to do that. So they would, like, I guess they would cover it with snow to make it easier to, like, eat.
Yeah, so they wouldn't have to see it.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I get that.
Yeah, and so that happened. I guess there was a rescue team for them, and that rescue team could not find them at all, like, in the first 30 days.
No way.
So in the movie, it shows that they get a radio.
Yeah.
They make the radio work because they have to, like, hike, like, Mother to get to the other end of the plane.
Okay.
Because that's where, like, a lot of the stuff was at, like batteries and what you would call it. You know what I mean?
Right.
So they go get all that stuff and they come back. They get the radio to work. As soon as they turn the radio, they hear that the search party for them is shut down.
Oh.
Yeah. So, because I guess, like, when that happened, like, the first couple of days, planes would fly over.
Oh, okay.
And they would shine, like, you know. Like,
right, which is a very smart thing to do, by the way.
So they would shine stuff to get their attention, and the planes would actually, like, flap their wings to, like, tell them, okay, we know where you're at, and, like, send coordinates.
Yeah.
They just couldn't reach them.
Oh,
and I guess because of the snow and all that stuff, it was hard for them to get up there.
Yeah.
They stopped it until the snow would melt.
Oh.
So think about it. Snow's melting, avalanches, so they just keep getting buried.
Yeah.
And they get buried for a couple of days.
Jeez.
And then they finally, the day comes where they get rescued.
Nice.
And a plane or a helicopter comes in. In the movie, it shows just one plane showing up for all of them. But in reality,
I'm sure it was a few.
it was two planes. Two helicopters.
Two helicopters. Okay.
Yeah. So when the helicopter showed up, it picked up six of the survivors.
Okay.
Plus their flight crew or whatever.
How many people survived?
12.
12. Okay.
12 survivors.
Nice.
All right. Let me just double check. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. 12 survivors. So 6, and then they were left with 8 because 2 of the crew from the rescue party stayed with them to, like, the night. They spent another night.
Oh.
So I think what happened is they took the ones that were, like, more, like,
that
severe.
really needed to get out of there.
So they took them out. But there's pictures, and I can try to show you real quick. And I'll put it on here. But there's a picture, I believe so this is from the movie. I think it's from the movie or the real one.
Okay.
Okay, and then there's another picture. I'll put them up here, but it's right here. And if you zoom in on that one to the right, you can actually see skeletons from where they had to eat.
Well, let me zoom in. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you absolutely can.
So
That sucks.
yeah, so like it's there. Again, trigger warning, very graphic, but that actually happened.
Yeah,
And I wanted to
that's
bring
a
that
terrible
up just
thing.
because, like, imagine just like, okay, one thing, like, you have to do what you have to do to survive.
Yeah.
And get the people, like, obviously, like, you know,
Yeah.
we talked about this.
Right.
But, like, as they're dying and, like, food's becoming so hard to come by, like, that's you, like, taking the meat off. And I guess one of the guys was like, yeah, like, we did what we did, but we still, like, we took what we needed and we buried the rest for them.
Yeah.
So it would be like, okay, this is just food, but this is my friend right here.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
No, I get that.
Yeah, I 10 out of 10 recommend this movie.
Okay.
It is in Spanish, not like Mexico Spanish, but it's like the South American Spanish. It's a little different.
Okay.
For all those that know, you know.
I don't know.
Argentinian Spanish.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like the Spain Spanish.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's in that, but they do have they have it in English and like
Nice.
English subtitles and all that stuff.
Okay, cool.
But it's a 10 out of 10 to see it, and it's sad, but
Yeah.
cannibalism.
We went like super dark.
Yeah, I'm sorry, but
All right, let's swing it all the way back around. What if you get trapped on a plane full of Muppets?
sayonara.
Yeah,
What did you think about that, man? Like,
That sounds like a good movie, first of all. Second of all, I could not even come close to imagining like what these people had to do and what they actually went through.
dude, one
Like,
of the
oh my
guys,
gosh.
I guess, it's still coming to me.
Yeah.
But one of the guys, like, after he was rescued, he said that it felt like an elephant. He was just carrying a big elephant
Yeah.
for 72 days after that. So imagine like getting rescued. Like, thank goodness you got rescued.
Oh yeah, but here's the thing: you're also gonna have that survivor's guilt for sure.
Yeah, dude. Like, imagine just like your friends. You're basically just eating your buddies.
Yeah, like that sucks.
Yeah.
I hope nobody ever has to go through that.
No, the whole movie. You know what it reminded me of? And this is like a little twist, but remember that Rick and Morty episode where Morty has that remote
Yeah.
in the plane crash? Kind of like that.
Oh man.
Yeah.
All right, let's. How are we gonna get out of this? Let's swing back to something a little bit more happy.
I don't know, man. I just want to blow your mind.
You done good.
You're welcome.
I mean, that was dark.
Yeah. I just really found it really interesting.
Yeah, no, that's
I just wanted to
super
see your take
interesting.
too. Like, what would you do in that situation?
What would I do in that situation? I don't know. I mean, that's one of those like everyone can be like, "Oh, I climbed down the mountain and stuff." No, you won't.
No,
You
dude,
can
it's-
sit there and say you'll climb down this mountain and stuff. These guys were like trained athletes and they didn't climb down this mountain. They didn't do this stuff.
The conditions of
So-
that was bad. And think about it. It's like when snow's melting, so more avalanches,
Yeah.
more danger.
I mean, that's the biggest thing. Unless you're like one hell of an expert in this stuff, like what are you
Mm-hmm.
gonna do? I mean, these guys did what they had to do to stay alive. And
Dude, and then
I don't fault them for that at all.
you see some like pictures and there's just like dark. You can just see what like eating human flesh has done to them, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah. Super dark.
Yeah. So I mean, in that situation, I couldn't tell you what I would do. That's a really hard one to think about. What about you?
Dude, I just trying to do what I can to survive. You know, I would try to like flag down more people, but I guess they were doing that and just well, it is the 70s, you know, it was the 70s. So like think about it now, like, yeah, it can still happen, but like
Yeah.
I guess in the US, like it's really hard for someone to just wave that off. Like air traffic control. Like they immediately are on it. Like with the technology we have today.
Oh yeah, and every
Like-
plane has like this little tracker thing that
Yeah.
sits up in the. I can't remember what it's called, but when it goes down, it sends a ping, or it's always sending a ping. But when it
Yeah.
goes down, it'll send that ping. They can find out where you're at,
Mhm.
or at least where part of your plane is at, and then they can like figure out
Do
where you might
search and
be.
rescue. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it is still safer to fly, but just wanted this did happen. You know what I mean?
Screwed up.
Yeah.
Up. Now
I know how to
back
swing out of this now.
back to Wendigos.
Uh-huh.
It's a good thing they weren't in the northern U.S.
For real.
area.
And I want to dive into more and see if there's any like legends, but I mean, see if that can tie into. Oh,
I have a legend for you.
Huh.
Okay, you ready for this?
Huh.
Tony is a Wendigo. And here's my argument. He bit me today.
did not bite you today. I should have bit you yesterday.
What? Bit me yesterday? What did I do yesterday? I have the memory and attention of a goldfish.
Yeah, attention
Okay.
of a grape.
Help me out here.
Okay, story time. Yesterday, we live in Utah. For those of you guys don't know, right now we do construction.
Reppin'.
We were so in our line of work, we do blankets to cover up the dirt. The dirt that we like have prepared so they can come in and put concrete for the floor and all that
Can't
stuff.
let it freeze.
Yeah. So we were taking off blankets because we had to get it ready so they could put rebar. I thought I had a true friend.
Okay,
Unfortunately,
wait. Before he finishes this, let me just put in the comments if you think a true friend when you get hurt laughs at you and then makes sure you're okay, or if a true friend's like, "Hey, Matt, are you okay?" and that's it. Now continue your story.
Let me just dive into this because it's still painful to talk about. I'm gonna just cry. Just kidding. Okay, so we're taking the blankets off, right? There's a little bit of snow, whatever. It's a little slippery. I just take one wrong step and I start falling forward, but I tried catching myself. And then I said, you know what? What would Sterling do in this situation? And if you don't know Sterling, go watch the last episode. But I said, fuck around and find out. And I fell on my ass. I thought I was going to
No, you didn't only fall on your ass. You know those cartoons when they like wobble and then both feet go in the air? That's what you did, but in real life.
Yeah, so that happened. Just a whoop, right on my back.
Oh, it was hilarious.
So I thought I had a true friend. I thought I was going to see some hands just be like, here, buddy, let me help you up. I look around. This dude is like half crying, half just can't catch his breath, dying of laughter. For like 5 minutes straight, I get up. I'm like, you know what? I do a little snow angel because I'm not going to let this bring me down. Positive vibes 2024. And I look over to my friend because I thought he was there for me. And
Oh, you want positive
laughing.
vibe? Well, you landing on your ass was positively hilarious.
I felt a crack go from my neck to my back. And my friend is just laughing over there.
It was funny.
Don't get me wrong. I would have laughed if it would have happened to him. But
It almost did happen to me today.
yeah, I was so excited for that.
Except for I'm not like a cartoon character. I don't know how you fell that way, but it was impressive. I'll give you that.
Dude, it was, I laughed. But I thought the funniest part is like, I just started doing a snow angel after.
You know what I thought was the funniest part? Everybody around you is like, "Oh my gosh, you okay?" And I'm the only one laughing my ass off at you.
Such a dick. Yeah, funny take. I fell. I ate shit really bad.
See, the way I see it, that's how you know I'm a true friend. I'll laugh at you because I know you're okay.
It was just, you just see my feet just, I just remember going forward and then just falling straight back.
It's pretty great.
It was pretty funny. Yeah, it was pretty funny. I just wanted to let you guys know that. Here's a little fun part of that.
Yep, and because of that, now Tony is a Wendigo. That crack was the evil spirit possessing him. And now he's gonna hunt me until I'm dead. Or
I'll be like a tiger.
another Wendigo? I don't know.
No, I'll turn into a tiger. I'm going to play with you.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I have a few fun facts about tigers.
Anyways.
Did you know before tigers attack you, they purr?
Yeah. Because you told me this earlier.
Oh, yeah, I did, huh? Did you know
Purr.
that the T on your hat stands for Topanga.
Sounds for the Rangers, but okay.
How does where's the T in Rangers, Tony?
Oh, this is Texas we're talking about. You just made me take off my hat.
It stands for to Utah. Okay. Look at where you be.
Stands for Tony.
So I don't know. Is
yeah, but
Rangers,
I fell.
Is the Rangers like a
this is the most important part. I fell.
Team?
It's a baseball team. I fell. Yeah. I fell. Just wanted to share that with you guys.
Yeah, and it was hilarious. I wish everyone could have been there to see it. I mean, they all would have been laughing too.
It would have been funny if I would have caught that on camera. That would have been hilarious.
I should have.
You should have. Should have, would have, could have. But that's our fun fact. Story little time.
That is our fun fact for today. And I think this is an excellent place to end it because we're starting to trail off pretty good here.
Yeah. So, last closing thoughts on Wendigos.
Last closing thoughts. Don't eat people. I feel like we've said that enough.
Don't eat people
today, but don't. I mean, they might look gummy and they might look delicious, and that's nasty.
Don't eat people.
Don't do that unless you're forced into this terrible situation where you have to. In which case,
fuck around and find out.
Don't. I mean, do what you got to do. You know what? That's all I have to say. That's a screw up situation. I don't even know what to say about it.
Yeah.
That's such a terrible position to be in. But if you're ever trapped on a plane with Muppets, you're fucked.
Anyway.
Hope
you guys liked that episode. And we just want to give one, again, big shout out at the very end to who?
Me.
No, not you.
Oh, yeah. Utah Podcast Studio. Skylar's awesome. He's really helped us with the cameras and the light and the awesome background. In case anyone doesn't know, I love America. As basically anybody else, America.
Yeah, and I clip everything, or not clip, but I write down all his information down below, like in our YouTube. I think I did it on Spotify. Just go show him some love. Again, it's Utah
Podcast Studio.
Follow his YouTube account as well, and him on Spotify. I think it's called utahhustlers.
Utahhustlers.
Write a comment in there and be like, write a comment and be like, hey, Tony, the host with the most, or Tony Torta sent me over here. He has great business advice, I believe. Yeah, but it's business. So if you want to learn about business, go check him out.
I thought you were saying you had great business advice. I was about to be like,
No, I don't. But he does.
You're the type of guy that would fail running a lemonade stand. Don't worry, Tony. I still love you.
Okay. You just ruined my whole hopes and dreams.
Your dream was to run a lemonade stand?
Yeah.
Respect. Peace out.
Peace out. This has been Tony, your host with the most.
Austin, possibly Skeptico. Who knows? I'm a little skeptical of the name.
Yeah.
Get it?
So don't forget to comment, like, subscribe. We'll see you guys in the next episode. See you guys.